And now we'll hear from the Georgia State NAACP President, Attorney Gerald Griggs.
Thank you. First and foremost, I want to thank this unit in Columbus here for coordinating this. I want to thank National Board Member Ed DuBose, all the organizations that are here, the elected officials that are here. But we got a problem in Georgia. The problem is gun violence. So Columbus is not alone with the rampant rise of gun violence in communities, both communities of color and majority communities. And so as we call into, and I don't call people out, I call them into coalition, let's call some other names into coalition. Let's call the governor into coalition. Let's call the lieutenant governor into coalition. Let's call the House and the Senate. Because Georgia passed a law not too long ago that allows guns everywhere. And a lot of times people want to talk about everything but what actually causes the violence. The guns in the hands of the wrong people cause violence. Now, before I was a state president, I was a criminal defense attorney. So every day in courtrooms across this state, I see the results of gun violence and inability to have proper conflict resolution. And of course, the system is built not to rehabilitate, but to punish. And so we have to, as a community, come together in our schools, in our churches, in our social organizations, our civic organizations, to be that Band-Aid in our community. Now, what I saw on a viral video here from this football stadium shocked me to my core. I saw football players laying down on the ground. I saw band members running for safety. I saw senior citizens being trampled. That should never happen in any city in Georgia. So I stand here as the 13th president of the Georgia State Conference, reaffirming my dedication to the Columbus branch to be here whenever you call. But we got to call everybody in. All the parents, all the aunties and uncles, all of the grandparents, and we got to get back to that old time child rearing. Now, I'm not saying a child should be seen and not heard, but I also believe a child should be disciplined. And in Georgia, we allow for reasonable discipline. We got to speak this stuff out. We all know what's on TV. We see what's on the radio. We hear what's happening in some of these communities. Let's be that village that when you see little Johnny on the corner with his pants hanging down, you go have a conversation with little Johnny. Not threatening, not demeaning, but you share with little Johnny your experience. Listen, we all not too far removed from hanging out on that corner. Let's be clear. Some of us have hung out in front of some gas stations. Some of us have come and partied at a football stadium. But we didn't bring guns. We have to deal with real conflict resolution, and we have to stop the violence. So on behalf of the NAACP, the Georgia State Conference, and we'll hear from National in a few minutes through our National Board member, we are here. We've been here 114 years. We are addressing the issues of gun violence, and we are calling people in to be a part of this coalition. We are thankful for the Divine Nine and the civic organizations and all of the school boards and everyone that's here. But it's time for us to call people in. It's time for us to do more than be at press conferences. It's time for us to go into the community that we've been doing and embrace these young men and young women and show them a better path. And so I'm dedicated to doing it. I know all of the 100 branches are dedicated to doing it, and we stand shoulder to shoulder with Columbus. Thank you, President Hales.